Hi everyone, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. For you or those who haven't listened to, I've posted for Aries and Taurus now, and I'm getting on with the rest of the zodiac signs for the month of April. I'm a little bit late into this. I'm here to now talk about the full moon that's going to happen in Libra, depending on where you live in the world, on the 5th or the 6th. Please check that out yourself. And I'm just going to take a little bit of a moment here. I want to spend a couple of minutes to just explain the energy that's going on right now, because it is really crazy. If you're still not interested in the intro, just skip right to your sign down below in the description box and just hit your link, and it'll take you straight to a few minutes for just like a little heads up for what's going on for your specific sign. And if you don't know it already, I am inviting you to check out your, let's see if I have put that in there. I probably have a link in the description where you can check out your own birth chart. It's completely free. And you go and see where your moon sign is. So then you particularly look for your moon sign as well, okay? So this full moon in Libra, I just feel like, so I've said for Aries and Taurus that I've been away for over a month now. I feel like these upgrades are just through the roof. There's so much going on energetically that it's like I have 2 or 3 days where I sort of almost like do a deep dive into whatever I have not yet resolved within myself, and it feels ancestral. It feels like I'm going so far back into things, and I seem to be like I'm taking on for the collective as well. So if there's a dilemma that's been going on, maybe you recognize yourself in this. It's not just your stuff. If you're dealing with something, you're trying to resolve something, or you're having trouble to heal something, or you just it keeps reminding you, it's just there over and over again. It's probably like on a bigger scale that you're taking on your community's trauma, your community's thing that you try to heal, as well as your own. And just your own, that's all. That's going to take a minute as well. But it's even heavier or deeper if you're actually healing your community as we speak, or heal your ancestral timeline, if you will, or your family's dealing with something and you seem to be the focal point or the center point for taking that on and solving that for sort of everyone, if that makes any sense. I just want to also say that this is the seventh full moon in a row that is in 16 degrees. And we don't really have to understand exactly what that means. It's just the fact that I'm a numerology nerd, and the fact that we have 7 is not gonna happen on the 8th full moon. So this is it's a 7th cycle. It's 7 times now that we have entered into a full moon that it's in the degree of 16. So the fact that we have 7 is a completion, and it is a journey. We've been on a journey for 7 consecutive, is that what you say? Like 7 in a row full moons, and it's in 16 degrees. And what does that mean? The number 16 is Tower. In the tarot, it's the Tower card, and the Tower card speaks about, disruptive energy, turning things upside down. There's an explosion coming in. Whether that is good or bad, I leave that to you. 16 is also in numerology sudden changes and sudden shifts. So imagine 7 full moons ago, that's about 7 months ago, this sudden change and sudden shift energy, this Tower energy started, and it's coming to it's coming to a stop with Libra. And it's so fitting that it's in Libra, because Libra is all about the balance. It's all about the justifier, like the energy that comes in to sort of sort things out. Not that I feel like things are sorted out. I almost feel like it might start right now to not look so beautiful, and I see that in my own life, and I see that for people around me, that all of a sudden this outburst from people starting to happen, or this outburst in a community starts to happen, or these leaderships on, and you probably know who I'm talking about, we're investigating people right now at the top. Things don't get like swept under the rug anymore. It's like coming up to the light. It's coming into full circle in Libra. So let's just say if you're dealing with some stuff right now, and I'm no exception here. I've felt this one. I've been scared. I've been feeling fear. I've been worried due to past stuff that has re-entered into my life that I really had, like, I haven't been able to just sort of, I'm just going to refocus on something else, or put something on the television, or listen to some music, or distract myself, and that'll be bygones. I haven't been able to do this time. And that has led me to feel and understand, okay, I have to sort this out. I can't sit with this anymore. I can't let it just stay in my body anymore. And I don't want to scare anyone, but if we, in this particular energy, have unresolved things right now laying dormant in our body that we don't deal with, and don't be like, how do I know if I do, and how do I know if I don't? You're not going to have anything laying dormant in your body that you're not going to notice. It's not going to go unnoticed at this time. So if you have something there that you need to deal with, it's going to come up to the surface. Whether something in your own life, particularly in your own life, is happening that's causing something to come up, or something is happening around you that's causing you to have a strong reaction to it. That's what you need to deal with. Because if we don't right now, it's going to lead to physical ailment. Take advantage of this full moon. Take advantage of the Libra energy with the balancer and the justifier, legal system, karma's coming back around. Like there's it's almost like everyone's getting their fair share right now of what they deserve. Okay? In the 7th minute here. And I just wanted to say one final thing, is that I feel like every single one of us, it's a little bit of a paradox, because I feel like this is a moment where we sort of, those who have decided to go on the spiritual path to a brighter future, a lighter future, not so dense reality anymore, if you will. It's like we're coming more into oneness, more into a collective understanding. Things are being brought up into the light that looks really horrible, but it's bringing people together. So even though we have this division or separation, and sometimes I feel like that's just inflicted on us, that's just actually not true. What I feel though is that it's going to be more sort of inspired for us to be more individual, if that makes any sense. Like before we come into this oneness, and actually what leads to the oneness is for every single person right now checking in with themselves. What works for you? What works for me right now? No one else. Not what serves anyone else, not what fits anyone else, not what makes anyone else's life easier or anything like that. It works for you, so that you become more on your own terms and on your own path. Everyone is going to become a little bit more individual. And for right now, just stay as grounded as one possibly can. If there's certain people just flailing about in your life right now, bringing things up to the surface just to cause, when people tend to yell the loudest when they're starting to be shut down, they're fighting back, and the fight back is not for us to respond to. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm in this very situation myself, so I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying that's what's happening. What we need to do is to just find that as a resource, almost to inspire us then to go deeper into the ground, to root ourselves, ground ourselves, anchor ourselves into Mother Earth. Drink water, get the resting, get the sleeping wherever you can find it, and just stay as sane as you possibly can, because this is in the midst of the great shift. And I know I've been talking to some people about this over the past couple of weeks, and I'm like, I know I've been saying this since 2011 probably. And people respond to like, you've been saying this forever. Yeah, I know. It's not forever though. Like in this earth sense, it's not really forever. It's just it's a blink of an eye. But in earth terms, I guess, We take it like we think it's like 10 years, such a long time, but in the universal sense, it's like it's nothing. So in Earth terms, though, it is now. It's happening. And if you don't recognize that, I think I shouldn't comment on that. Okay, we will start with Aries. Welcome, Aries, to your full moon quickie in Libra. So let's see what's going on for you, Aries. Just a small little information, little nugget that might be useful for you for this full moon. Aries, what do we have for Aries, please, for this full moon? First card out is Temptation. Wow. Yeah, I can see that. We're going to go I can't talk. We're going to go for one more. And Solitude with the Tower in the back. So, okay. This time around, when things are getting a little bit up in the air, things get a little bit unsettling. And Aries, I just have to say, you still have 4 planets. You still have 4 planets in your sign. You've gone from 6 planets in your sign. We've had the new moon in Aries, and we had the solstice around Aries, right? And so we are 4 planets still in Aries. So there's a lot of movement, a lot of activity going on in your sign, in your very sign. And I understand that it might feel like things are finally picking up in a way that you like it to go in, the direction that it's going in. Like you're starting to see that, okay, this thing actually is now working out, and this thing is coming to fruition. And this is like all that activity in Aries is like, it's actually movement forward. But what it also does is bringing up everything. It's not just bringing up the good sides, it's bringing up everything. So you might be on a roller coaster. Like one day you feel like, remodeling the earth, and you feel like you can do it. And the next day it's like you can't really get out of bed because it's like the energy is so heavy. So if you have any sort of tendencies right now to just, as much as you possibly can, try to stay away from anything that you know is, don't be hard on yourself. If you have a day that you sort of relapse or turn to alcohol or sugars, or that can be television. Television is such a sneaky, we don't talk about television too often about being a drug, but like that can be just as bad as sugar, that you sort of numb yourself with just series after series. So just look out during this full moon. Try to meditate. Instead of going for more sugar, instead of going for the next series on television, try to go into meditation. Try to go for, I know this sounds so lame, but like try to go for a walk in nature. Try to just see where you can connect with yourself the deepest, because you need this anchoring in right now. We all do, but probably you the most, because there's so much activity in your sign. Okay? And then we have the Solitude card, which is, it's like the tower have moved in. It's just sort of, it's anchored into the rocks behind you there. And like we said, the tower is represented by the 16 in tarot. And that's what the full moon has been stationed in now for the past 7 times, the 16 degrees. So it's like, yeah, there's been tower moment after tower moment. It might not just have been one tower moment. There's a lot of things happening that's shifting, that's changing. It doesn't have to necessarily be all negative. It might just feel negative because it's like if you didn't intend to move and all of a sudden your lease is up and for some reason you can't renew it, or you didn't intend to quit your job and all of a sudden you're being let go, or all of a sudden you're breaking up with someone, whatever. There's certain things happening right now that maybe you didn't intend for or feel like you intended for. If you give it a moment or 2 or 3 or 10, and you'll see that the transformation that you're going in is for your benefit. If you just take a breather and realize, okay, this is happening for me. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And you write your own story. We can't forget that we're actually the writers of our own story. No matter how crazy it looks on the outside, you are the storyteller of your life. Okay? That's what I have for you, Aries. Thank you so much. Hi, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to your full moon quickie. Let's see what's going on for you around this full moon. What do you have for Taurus here, please? Just a quick little nugget, a quick little inspiration that might help you during this. Just get really dizzy there. So maybe a lot of you guys have like dizzy spells. Maybe this is helping you wake up, or it's helping you to open up your psychic abilities, your mediumship, if you will. Because I get a little bit dizzy. Okay, what else do we have for Taurus here, please? We're looking for one more card here. I already have hope on the table. The star. Wow, 17 and 7. The 7th full moon. We have triumph and hope. So that's a star card. That's Aquarian relationship, Aquarian connection. So this is a lot about like just go into the healing, go into the, I guess I would use the word surrender. I would surrender as much as I possibly could to just try to not control anything right now. Try to not decipher or determine like how things are going to look for this brief moment. It doesn't mean it's for the rest of your life. This means this is a full moon that is happening right now. These are the energies that are taking place right now. And although these energies are like here to stay for a bit, it's a brief moment in time where you really get to decide how you want to interact with this energy and how you want to react to it. So instead of like butting heads with the energy, because you're going to lose every time, because what's happening is always happening. It's like, oh, I see that happening, but it doesn't. No, you can't fight with that. So rather just surrender your energy. Just sort of give it to your angels, give it to your guides. Just say, I surrender this energy. And go into the healing of whatever you need to heal right now. And there will be a triumphant outcome here. It will be a triumphant outcome. You can't lose. If there's been any fear, if there's been any worry that things will not work out for you, and specifically on time, that it will not work. Maybe you're like in whatever situation you're in, that you feel like you're a little bit under the clock, under like, well, that needs to be solved on Friday, or this needs to happen before the end of this month, or this is like, there's a little bit of a pressure on time, it seems like. That we, like, first and foremost, you can't put any time on healing. You can't put any time on really connecting with your inner self. That doesn't have a time, it has a timeline, but it doesn't have a specific, this should be done, I should be done by now, or this should have happened by now. Well, if it should, it would have. So the only thing you can do is to really just let go, surrender as much as you possibly can, get into the healing of it, and understand and know in your heart that there will be a triumphant outcome. 7 and 17. So the angels are with you. It's the end of it's the end of a cycle. It's like it's done. You don't have to do anything more. You don't have to involve yourself or put your nose in it or whatever. Like, try to just surrender as much as you can. Okay, Taurus? That's what I have for you. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to your full moon quickie in Libra. Let's see what we have for Gemini here, please. Some inspirational messages, some uplifting energy, just to know what to look for in this full moon. Gemini. We want one more card. It already looks... Wow, Gemini. We have material and spiritual prosperity, number 6. We start with mysterial. That's a combination of material and spiritual. It's mysterial. We have mysterial. Mysterial prosperity, number 6. 6 is all about love. and completion in a sense, like it's I shouldn't say completion, wholeness, harmony. This is you. I love this because it's very Gemini, because it's two of everything. Do you see the bushes out there? It's like they're standing in twos, and then we have the water that's coming up in two, and then we have the little symbols and stuff that's the same, it's in two. It's very much Gemini. It's like you're looking out over your property, like you're looking out over your investments or in your what you've done. I think this is almost like a little bit of a calculating. Do you say that? Like you're taking inventory is what I'm trying to say. You're like taking inventory in what you've done. It's almost like you're standing here looking out over your accomplishments, and like you really have come so far. You've done so much healing work, and you really have worked on yourself. You're really stepping into the balance of it all. This is a little bit of a different message for Gemini, I find. You're only the third sign, but Aries and Taurus were a little bit different, and I feel like the overall energy is a little bit different. Gemini is sort of standing out of this a little bit. It's like you're taking your own little journey in this. It's like, I'm not affected. Like, you guys can do whatever you want to do. I've already done my part. I've been on the healing journey, been there, done that. So now when everyone else is going crazy, running around like, dizzy roosters, because that's a saying. You're like, I got it under control, which is really not the Gemini. It's usually not the Gemini that takes that on. So kudos to you, really. And look at the second card. Love begins. Love begins. And this is not the, yes, it can be. It can be that you're all of a sudden, like, almost like a blink of an eye, or like it feels like out of the blue. It's the tower situation there again, but like in the best way. That, I don't know what's up with that. I thought I'd turn the noises off here everywhere, but okay. There could be a surprise in terms of your romantic partnerships. Like there's a true romantic partnership entering your life and you didn't see it coming. Maybe you wanted it, maybe you wished for it, maybe you even expected it, but the way that it's coming in, or the pace, the speed that it's coming in, it's a little bit like startling. It's a little bit of a surprise. This can be like a dear friend meeting up with, even rekindling an old friend, like you've been friends for such a long time, but you haven't really met this person in a while, and it's like you're reconnecting again. Or this is a new friend. It's like just making connections when it comes to love, just feeling deep love for someone. But this is also just it's not just, this is it. This is what we want to come in. This is what probably, if every person could articulate this, I feel like this is what we're doing. We want to come into the love vibration. We want to feel love as we wake up. We want to feel love for our neighbor. We want to feel love for ourselves. We want to be love. We want to understand what that means. Not to just have, what is that called? Like you're throwing up words that doesn't mean anything. You throw around the words, I love you. But do you really? Like, you might be sad that day. If you're sad, you're not in love. If you're angry, you're not in love. If you're frustrated, you're not in love. Even if you're in hope, you're not in love. You're not in the love vibration. And for you, around this full moon, you seem to come into the love vibration. You're starting a really, really beautiful path here, Gemini. I love this for you. Love. Love, 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 love. As Jim Carrey would say. Okay, thank you so much for watching. That was what I had for you. Bye. Hello, beautiful Cancer. Welcome to your full moon quickie. Let's see what's going on for you around this full moon. Cancer. What do we have for Cancer, please? A little inspiration for Cancer. Little heads up for Cancer. What can we bring for Cancer? There is a card standing out here. I just want to take that. Destiny. You're headed towards your destiny. That's really, really beautiful. I never do that. I never pull cards, like I let them fly. I just felt so strongly that I just wanted to pull that card out. So you're headed towards your destiny with this full moon. It's really beautiful. Cancer. What do we have for Cancer, please? What does that mean, though, headed towards destiny? It means that you're starting to do something you were always intended to do. It means that you are, whether you are fully engaging yourself into something or you're just starting that path, you're probably being very called to do certain things, to be certain things right now. And maybe in the past, you've been quite good at deflecting it or putting it under the rug, or like, well, now is not the time or whatever. And now it's like, well, it's almost like I have to do it. It's I have to do it feeling. Like I said, it's interesting because there's always a message within the message, I find. I always wait for the cards to fly out. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that. I always wait for them to fly out, like so that I don't have any interference with it. I'll let Spirit just deal with that. I just had to take that card today. I just had to do it. Like that card standing out. I mean, you saw me right after I did this. I put one card back because I'm not supposed to take them. But I just had to take it. And that goes into like your destiny, like there's something showing up in your life right now and you just have to do it. And it's going to be so clear. It's not going to, even if you never do it that way, even if it doesn't sort of hit you or warn you or do anything in advance, when it shows up, is right there. You just have to go for it. And it's going to be the easiest choice. The easiest choice. Maybe that was your message. Let's see. Okay. So I'll see the Destiny card and Wisdom. You're coming into your wisdom, Cancer. I love this for you. We have a number 5 there. So it's not that it hasn't been challenging. I'm usually never finding a person who has never dealt with any sort of type of challenges. They are rarely wise. I'm sorry for sounding a little bit harsh, but they're rarely wise. And a person who is, like you just sent there, like the wisdom sort of oozes out of them, you know immediately that they've been through stuff. It's sort of just the way it goes, you know? And you're stepping, like the 5 is overcoming hurdles, overcoming obstacles, overcoming challenges. And you are overcoming them. You're headed towards your destiny and you're headed towards stepping into your wisdom. This is usually when a person turns knowledge to wisdom. You know, you can accumulate as much knowledge as one likes. You can read book after book after book. You can go on retreats. You can do all these things. But if you don't turn the knowledge into wisdom, there's no real growth there. And I feel like that's what you're doing right now. You're turning knowledge into wisdom. You're overcoming the challenges. You're headed towards your destiny. That is really profound, Cancer. That's what I have for you, beautiful you. Take care, guys. Bye. Hi, beautiful Leo. Welcome to your full moon quickie. Let's see what's going on for you, Leo, for this full moon. A little bit of a heads up or inspiration or just something to guide you with for this full moon. Leo, Leo, Leo. Base chakra. And we're waiting for another card. And actually, another deck is just really talking to me. So, Leo, you're typical. You just want the extra. I'm a Leo, so I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to play with you because I'm a Leo myself. You always want the little extra nugget, right? Okay, so what is it that you want to show Leo here with this deck, please? Okay. So, we're having base chakra, and we're having, so these are the first cards that came out. So this is 1 and 2, which, okay, 1 and 2, what does that mean? This is a progress. And isn't it always? Yes. Of course, everything is a progress. Everything is a process. Everything is like, after one comes two, after A comes B, right? But this really is a process. So you can't skip a beat. You can't force anything to move faster than it needs to be. You can't just be done with it already. Like, this is a process, and it's going to take however long it needs to take. Okay? So you just need to surrender to that. That's what I said in the intro. To just really really ground yourself at this time. Like, really anchor yourself, really go for that base chakra. And maybe you're being invited already to that. Like, you're seeing evidence of things that just tells you that you need more meditation, you need to drink more water, you just need to stay more grounded. And sometimes certain people just rubs us the wrong way. And instead of getting angry at them, sort of use their negativity or use their stirring up for you to get more centered, more focused, more in alignment with yourself. You're about to shift every single movement, choices, and decisions. Like, you're in the midst of a complete we all are, but you, Leo, seems to be doing this a little bit deeper than the rest of us. I'm talking, it's so weird when I'm Leo myself, but I'm talking to you. Like, to be a leader, it's like you're going in the forefront of things. Like, you're in the leadership of this grand transformation. It's like you're always a little bit ahead of time when it comes to solving things, so that when everyone else is getting crazy, you sort of have already done the work, if that makes sense. So what it looks like from this card, you're changing your spirituality. Like, you're starting to get a really different point of view when it comes to your spirituality. You're starting to understand yourself and how things are moving about, really. And then we have your health. You're looking at your health in a different way, whatever that means for you. It's a general read, so whatever that means for you. You're looking at your love, your romantic partnerships in a different way. You are looking at money in a different way, like your finances, your economics, your money in a different way. And also your work ethic, your career, your job. What is it that you're like doing in this world right now? Everything, every single thing seems to be a little bit up in the air, or seems to go through a transformation as we speak. I don't want to scare anyone with this, because we had this deck really called on me, and out comes challenging times. And this, if you like have listened to me in the past, this is probably the first time ever that you'll hear me say this. If you can protect yourself a little bit, like I don't like to talk about protection as in practicing safe sex. I don't like to talk about protection, because if you protect yourself, you're going to just draw more things to you that you need to protect yourself from. Does that make sense? I still stand by that. There's just something in the ethers right now, and if you can understand what protection means, this is protection. If you ground yourself, if you keep your head sane, if you surround yourself with people right now that just really lift your spirit, and stay the heck out of those that don't. And I don't care if they're your closest family. Like, I have to see them because it's my grandma, or I have to see them because it's my best friend since 20 years. I don't care. Right now, Leo, what we're going through right now, you need to just surround yourself with the best energy, and just it doesn't mean that you're not ever going to have a relationship with certain people ever again. It just means for this transit, for this very period in time, there needs to be an anchoring, an alignment, shutting out the noise, and just really stay positive within your own, like it's like you're in your own little bubble, if that makes sense. So protecting yourself can also be, asking your angels for help. Just saying, I just need to feel a little bit more guarded. Not guarded so that you attract more things to guard yourself against. What is a good way of saying this? Wrap yourself in white light, in golden light. Wrap yourself in your angels. Let the angels be the ones that are standing right, like really, really closely to you. So anything that should reach you, or anything that should come into your life, should first be checked at the door. And if it matches the high vibration of the angel, the protection of a high angel, welcome in. If it doesn't, bye-bye for now. So keep your head straight, root yourself, anchor yourself the best way you can, because these are changing times. And I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm just saying it might look a little bit worse before it gets better. It might be a little bit like you are gasping for air in certain areas because it looks not so good before it starts to look really, really great. I hope that makes sense and I don't scare anyone. We're headed towards better times, and to do so, anchor yourself in. Okay? That's what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much. Hello, beautiful Virgo. Welcome to your full moon quickie, the full moon in Libra. Let's see what we have for you here, Virgo. Just a little short message, something to help you in these shifting times, in this energy. What do we have for Virgo, please? Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. I'm working with the sun here. Like the sun is almost about to break through as I'm sitting here, but I hope it's not going to disturb the video too much. Virgo. There you go. And we want one more. Ooh. First we have the Power card, which is very much connected to Leos. If there's a connection to Leo somehow, some way. You got it there. But the Power card, that's really awesome. Okay. Second card for Virgo, please. Just to make sense of it all. Virgo. I get a feeling of the Universe card, but can it really be that strong? Stressful for my hands. I have such a tough job. What did you do today? I had a really stressful day. How come? It was hard on my hands. It was tough. It's always shuffling. If that's my biggest issue, why is it taking so long? I'm getting a little bit impatient. So maybe someone is getting a little bit impatient. Are you getting a little bit impatient, Virgo, around something, around yourself, around the movement of certain things? Is there an impatience there? Rather asking, can you be patient? Can you be patient in a situation? If you're more relaxed in a situation, if you're surrendering a little bit more, let go and let God, this type of feeling, then let's see how fast the card is going to come. As we just, did you see that? Did you see that? So there's a trust in the process. There's a trusting of the process. That's interesting because we had that for Leo, that there's a process here that is like almost a silly thing to say because obviously it's always a process. Everything is always a process, but you really can't skip any letters. You can't skip any numbers. You can't skip anything right now. You just really have to follow. It might feel like you're a little bit like a puppet. Doesn't make any sense. I don't like that. I don't like that expression. I don't like to feel that. You're not a puppet in this life. You have full control. You're in your power. You're, the power and the authority. Those two are like very much standing in your integrity. But there's something about sort of just letting God do what it knows how to do, what to do, when to do. And sort of the only thing you need, the only thing, easier said than done sometimes. The only thing you need to do is to practice staying in your integrity. And you probably are being pushed, nudged, inspired, moved. Go in this direction now, Virgo, where you start to claim your power, you start to claim your authority, and let people be people. The only thing, this is probably the strongest that it has come out since Aries, and what I feel around this full moon is that we're stepping more and more into our own individuality. And this is the strongest that the message has come out here. I feel that this is the only thing you need to practice right now. Is just be your real authentic self. What works for you, what doesn't work for you. Bring in what does, leave out what doesn't. And you're probably being very nudged into getting rid of, that sounds a little bit harsh, but like end what doesn't work, invite what does, finish up, clean up, clear up what doesn't work, and bring in the balance of it all, and just practice transforming yourself into your truest power, into your true authenticity and your integrity, your authority in your own life. We have a 4, which is love and foundation, practicing a firm foundation. And number 8 is, it's just a power number. It's a power number for the power card. It's infinity. It's endless possibilities. It's as above, so below. It's coming into your, this is just such a powerful little group here. And all you need to do is practice your patience a little bit more and trust in the process. And I know that's, again, it's easier said than done to trust in God, to trust in the process. If you don't see any actual evidence of certain things and things just seem to stir up a little bit in your life and you don't know really what, like, how is this going to turn out? I know it's hard to trust in the unknown, but if any time in your life, it's time to try to practice trusting in the unknown. And you won't feel out of sorts, you won't feel off the trail or off your path if what you are determined to do is just practice standing in your power. You're good. Okay? I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much, Virgo. Bye. Hi, beautiful Libra. Welcome to your full moon quickie. Libra, this is a big one for you. This is a huge one for you. We have the full moon in your sign. We have these shifts and transformations in your sign. And so you probably, out of all the signs, are feeling this, it doesn't really matter if you have a strong placement in Libra, if your sun is in Libra, and if your moon definitely is in Libra, you're going to feel this one. And you're going to probably feel it in the sense that you have never been more called in your life to keep balance in your life. And the way that one keeps balance is probably being shown the opposite. So maybe things are a little bit off balance right now. Maybe it's unbalanced, imbalanced. You feel like, it's everything but the balance. Then I hear you. Then you need to just practice the balance even further, even deeper, even go to your base chakra, your root chakra. Just anchor yourself in as best as you possibly can, because this is a transformation of a lifetime in your sign right now, okay? Which leads to beautiful things. Libra, what do we have for Libra, please? For their own full moon. Something is coming to fruition in your life. Something is coming to completion. Something's done. Something wants to move on. And you're being called to really listen to yourself at this time. What do we have for Libra, please? There you go. Wow. Okay, that's the only one. Recognition and reward. This is beautiful, Libra. This is... Okay, so whatever you're going through right now, whatever balance you're trying to find, if this is even legal matters, battles, legal, maybe there's a legal battle for someone. Legal matters, maybe there's a situation that you just feel like it has been unfair, it has been unjust, that whatever you're doing, moving forward, however much you're trying to just sort a situation out, come into balance with the situation, and it might feel every once in a while like your thoughts are lost. It's like your thoughts just lost in translation. Is there really a shift here? Like you're trying and trying and trying, and it sometimes feels like it's maybe a little bit of an uphill battle, or it doesn't seem to be a big revelation or a big evidential situation, but you're going to be noticed for this. Like this is not unnoticed. This is not, if you feel a little bit encouraged, can you say that? encouraged, not encouraged. I just turned it into encouraged. If you don't feel like there's a real evidence of things working out moving forward, just know that they are. You are seeing that the forces of the universe is picking up the change that you're trying to make. There's going to be a recognition and reward. That can be in your own, just for your personal triumph, your personal, like the only person who noticed that there was a triumph here is you, because you're starting to feel calm, you're starting to feel peaceful, you're starting to feel on top of things. It's just a confidence and a worthiness that is just sort of starting to ooze through your body. And maybe you're the only one who notices it. Or this is like a recognition and reward in the sense that you might have gone for something for such a long time and you feel like your boss haven't seen you, or your spouse haven't noticed what you're trying to do, or like you're trying to change something or shift something. Come this full moon, there's going to be something that just balances everything out, and the recognition is there. You're going to be rewarded somehow, some way, whether that's emotionally, spiritually, physically, practically. You're going to be rewarded somehow, some way for what you are trying to do and for what you've done. In terms of saying you've been constantly trying to just get to a better place thoughtfully within your thoughts, within your energy system, and it's going to pay out. It really is going to pay out. Do you see the roller coaster there? And it's up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. It's like, when does this ever end? It's going to end. With this full moon, there's something that just, the justice is just being served in your favor. Okay? That's what I have for you, beautiful, beautiful Libra. Just keep yourself rooted and grounded, and you're good. Okay? Thank you. Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to your full moon quickie. Scorpio, what do we have for you here for this full moon? You want 2 cards. That was quick. It is a full moon quickie. Oh, look at this. Okay, so quite clear message here. What you're stepping into now, like you're coming out of this solitude moment that might have been even lasted for some of you guys like a couple of months, and for some of you guys a couple of years. You've been in solitude or in hermit mode, where it has felt like you just needed to turn inwards for a really long time. It's not just over a Wednesday or like, I'm going to take a day off today. This is like a journey. You've been on a journey where you have just gone inward, and there's been growth. Let's just put it down to that. There's been real growth. And come this full moon, I mean, we have a book there that one is written. We have a page with written text there, and then we have a blank page for you to, it's almost like decide how the rest of your life is going to look now. Going inwards, taking this time for yourself, spending this time in solitude. Now coming into, we have prosperity begins here. It's like you've planted the seed for forever ago, and you've nurtured it. And you, by nurturing yourself, by being in the solitude moment, by taking time for yourself, you've really started to come into the fruits of things, to the fruition, to the manifestation, to starting to see a shift for you. So this full moon, literally, probably, I'm usually like very like trying to not go into the time frame of things because it's so individual, and it's obviously still individual. I just feel like you probably might even feel from one day to the next. So over this full moon, let's say you listen to this on the 4th. You listen to this on the 4th of April, or you listen to this even after the full moon has happened. I'm just taking this as a example. So on the 4th, you listen to this, and on the 5th, there was a shift. It's like, just, is that clear? It's like, well, when was the shift? It's not something like, well, over time, I guess. I mean, obviously there's an over time feel here as well, because everything happens over time. But there's a real shift taking place here, and I feel like it's from one day to the next, because we have 9, which is endings, and then number 1. It's like, now we begin again, start over. There's a fresh energy here. Coming out of this solitude moment, and coming into your prosperity, movement, action, fruition. Okay? That's really beautiful for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. So, Sagittarius, I wrote down 50 ... 00, like the big equalizer. We talk about Libra so often about being the justifier, the purifier, the balancer. You know, Libra is so much about balance and justice and fairness and all of that. But so is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is like, you're the most authentic. If you don't have balance in your life, like, life sucks. If Sagittarius is a little bit out of balance, you hate it. If Gemini is a little bit out of balance, they're having a somewhat good day, you know? And it's interesting now because we're coming into this full moon, which is all about the balance and justice of things and fairness of things. And as I'm doing this reading, we're coming into 50, 00. It's like it's just 50. It's the half. It's balance. So yeah, you're carrying this energy as well, Sagittarius, not just Libra. So what do we have in Sagittarius here, please, for this Libra full moon? Which means you probably are feeling even more called than usually to just really be in a balanced state yourself. What do we have for Sagittarius, please? Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius? Besides 50. Oh, that was close. Come on. First one is financial and material changes. So there's a lot happening for you around this full moon, Sagittarius. One more card for Sagittarius, please. There you go. And wisdom, 5, 5. And then we had 50. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, okay. Sagittarius, I understand it. I mean, I've been saying this to quite a lot of people and obviously other signs as well. But Sagittarius, if there's a competition in who had it worse, you win. Or let's say this. If it's a competition in who had the more trying path, more challenging path, if you will, you win. Okay? So whatever you've been through, 5, 5, like it's so tough to be in the 5. It's so tough to be the equalizer, the balancer, because if you're the person who's the balancer, you need stuff to balance. If you're a person who is going for fairness and justice, there's oftentimes injustice and unfairness, and being up against that all the time can be quite exhausting. If you're not in alignment, if you're not in balance with yourself. So you're probably like have come to this planet this time around, and your like biggest purpose for this lifetime is to find in every single area here, we have financial and material changes. And so probably in every single area. So certain people, let's just say what you're not. Certain people come into this planet and they have one area that is their greatest challenge, which might be relationships, or they have another area that might be their body and health, or they have a third area, which is their areas like money. Their entire life they're trying to figure out money. And if we go to Sagittarius, it's like, I signed off of all of them. Like, really? Are you really going to sign off of all of them? Yep. I'm going to try to see how it goes to be out of money, crappy relationships, my health is down and out, and I don't have any place to live, at least not in a month. And go. And God or source or your guides are like, that's going to be a tough ride, right? I know, but I've done this 1,001 times now, and I'm getting a little bored because that's Sagittarian energy. I'm getting a little bit bored. So let's see how this goes. We have 5, 5, and then 50. So, and you did it. You've done it. You're coming into wisdom. You must feel somewhere, Sagittarius, that even though you're still in the midst of, you might still be in the midst of figuring out your finances. You might still be in the midst of figuring out your health. You might still be in the midst of figuring out a good, solid, kind, respectful relationship. Your career, whatever this is, you might still be sort of trying to figure it out. But you must feel simultaneously that you have come into wisdom. The growth has not passed you by in any shape or form. You're now starting to understand your core, your precision, your understanding of yourself and the place in this world. Like you're coming. So the rest is just physical, practical stuff that's going to fall into place eventually. We have 5, 5 years. You have overcome so many challenges. You are the equalizer, the balancer. You are the truth sayer. It's so much about authenticity. It's hard to find a Sagittarius that is like lying. And if you are, you feel so bad about it. It's just almost not possible for you. So you've come to this place right now, and with the help of this full moon in Libra, you're actually coming into your wisdom. You're actually taking these challenging categories and starting to see real, vivid, beautiful evidence that is working out in your favor. And that's all we need, right? To just see that it's finally starting to go in the right direction. And when it goes in the right direction, not only with money, not only with health, not only with relationships, but with all of them at the same time, it's like the heaven has opened. So this is probably, you probably are feeling this one, because if there's any finalizing, if there's anything that you need to let go of, you're going to be really, really pushed to let go of it right now. And again, like I said in the intro, whether it's family or whether it's like close friends or whether it's something, I've done this for a gazillion years. Well, if it doesn't serve you anymore, if it brings you lower vibrations right now, try to stay away from it, because you're headed to a brighter place if you just let yourself go there. Okay? That is what I have for you, beautiful Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Welcome to your full moon quickie, the full moon in Libra. We want a little nudge or inspiration or uplifting messages for you. Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn, please, for this full moon. Capricorn. Capricorno. Come on, come on, come on. It's really taking its time here. There you go. Wow. Oh, I love this for you. Okay. So if you've been feeling, you can have friends around you. You can even have family members around you. You can have children, parents, romantic partnerships, whatever. Or if you're single, it doesn't really matter, because it feels like you've been doing a lot of things on your own for a while, and that can become quite lonely. Like at times, it's like you don't really know where to turn or who to share certain things with, because it just becomes a lonely place where people don't really understand what you're going through. Sometimes the spiritual path can be really, really lonely because it's so uniquely individual to every person. So it's almost like whatever, even if there is similarities with another person's journey, even if you have what you would call a best friend or a soul partner, that sometimes there's just these changes going on the inside that it's just, you just cannot explain them to anyone else because they're so unique to you. Whatever this situation has been, whatever has made you feel like you need to suffer in silence, whatever you've been holding down or holding in, and you might not even have noticed or recognize that that is what you've been doing, or that you even have things to come up to the surface, well, no more. I say for you, Capricorn, no more. There's no more holding back, holding in, or being alone with your problems or alone on your spiritual path, because that is shifting as we speak. With this full moon, you're coming into a way lighter, way brighter. It's like you just needed to finish, almost like on the day, you needed to just finish this cycle. And on the full moon, or this might even be on the 8th. It's so on the day. It was another sign that had so on the day, like on this day it's going to happen. Anyway, there's a shift. You might look out for the 8th, whenever you're listening to this, but on the 8th of April, look out for the 8th of April. Look into the energy that day. Meditate a little bit extra that day. Ground yourself a little bit extra that day. There's a changing energy there for the 8th for you. That's around Easter here, right? It's actually Easter Eve. I was going to say in Sweden, but obviously everywhere. So on the 8th, that seems to be important for you. That we're going to start to move in a really positive direction. And it doesn't mean that it has been all negative, or it doesn't mean that it has been super, super heavy or super, super bad. I just feel like you probably have been waiting for some momentum to kick off, like to just, it's like you've lined up everything. You have everything you need. You have all the knowledge you need. You have all the finances that you need. You have all the confidence, or there's something about, I accumulated everything that I needed. So why can't I go on this journey? What is the hold up? Well, after this full moon, there's no more hold up. There's something about, now let's get going. And be on the lookout for the 8th of April. There's an extra energy there for you specifically, Capricorn. Okay? That's what I have for you, beautiful Capricorn. Take care, guys. Bye. Hello, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to your full moon quickie. Let's see what's going on for you. Any information, any inspiration, any nudge, anything you need to know for this full moon in Libra. What do we have for Aquarius, please? I know that there's a lot of activity in Aquarius going on at the moment. Like there's a lot of shifts for Aquarius. If you're interested, please look out the astrology right now. The planets, how they're placed, what they're doing. Okay, I heard take it, so I will take it. Aren't you the special ones? Wow. Okay, I'm going to let this speak for itself. I'm asking for 2 cards, and I think we've had 2 cards for every single sign besides Leo. They had 3 cards, and now you get 4. And look at those cards. We have the universe card, which is you are in alignment with the universe right now. You are in alignment with source. You're doing something, or you're being inspired right now to just put yourself in balance with your source within. We have patience. So we have number 14, which is a new beginning for the heart. And we have like instant manifestation here. We have the ethereal, like we have this wish, if you will. We have the seed in the palm of the hand, and then we have the full blossoming of the flower. So we have like the wish, the seed, and the blossoming all at once. It's right here. And it's like with closed eyes, you can envision it, you can imagine it, you can see it for your inner eye. And you are already in alignment. You're already in balance with the source. Look at what it is that you want, and then have patience. Let it come in naturally. There's a need for patience right now in your moment. Patience in this moment in your life. As I said that, it says 1, 4, and then 14. And I was going to ignore it, but then I realized we had a 14 there. So 1, 4, and 14. There's a lot of new beginnings. There's a lot of foundation being laid right now. There's a new beginning for the heart. The heart is opening up in a way that it probably has never opened up before. We have new beginnings. We have something has come full circle. You're closing the door. You're closing the door on something that has been going on for quite some time, and you're opening the door to a completely, it's almost like you're saying goodbye to your old life and good day to your new life, all within this full moon energy in Libra. Just right around this Easter time is where the shift is starting to really come into fruition. And the fourth card is triumph and success. And this is always like, this is like the underdog. This is a breakthrough. This is going at it for a while. This is, and this is a breakthrough in communication as well, because the sword there is representing communication. We have a new beginning there with the number 1. So we have new beginnings. We have a new beginning for the heart. We have new beginnings, and we have a new beginning with the number 1. So there's a lot of new energy entering your life as we speak with this full moon. That's so, so beautiful. I'm gonna let this be self-explanatory to you, because it's like I don't really have anything to add. It's the magnitude of the cards. Like, you're doing things a little bit different than anyone else, because everyone else got 2 cards and you get 4. You're on your own. That's typical Aquarius as well. Like, I'm not gonna do what everyone else is doing. I'm gonna I'm gonna do it my own way. I don't mean to like sound like you're like, oh, come on already, Aquarius, but that is the Aquarian energy. Like, you're just not, you're very innovative. You're very blazing a new trail. Okay? That's what I have for you, beautiful Aquarius. Take care. Bye. Welcome, Pisces. Last but not least, what do we have for Pisces for this full moon in Libra, please? Your full moon quickie. A little nudge, a little inspirational message, whatever you could be helped with right now for this full moon. What do we have for Pisces, please? Pisces. Oh, love begins. Love begins. And then we're waiting for one more, or so I think. Aquarius just got 4 cards, but I think you're gonna get 2. Pisces for the full moon. Okay, it feels like there's one more round. Getting movement. One more round, and then we have the card. There you go. Okay. And you get the actual Libra. You get the actual Libra energy here. It's just so telling that, okay. So Pisces, whatever you've been doing up until this point, you're stepping into, who did I say this to? There was another sign that had this. I'm sorry, I don't remember that now. But yeah, this is not just that. It's not so just. That's beautiful. If you have new relationships in your life, whether those are friendships, co-workers, romantic partnerships, animals coming into your life, whatever like connections you're making with other species right now, that's just really beautiful. But the thing and why you're doing that is because you yourself, Pisces, are coming into the love vibration. The love vibration has a specific frequency. It has a specific hertz. It's and it's not hurting. It's not hertz. It's a specific speed to the love vibration. And you're now coming into it, and you're starting to learn how to pour out from it, if that makes sense. Together with the Truth card, together with the Libra card, with the Libra influence that is happening right under your nose, like right as we speak, you're doing this transformation. This is the 20, it's the 2.0 version of yourself. It's like it's interesting because I usually see this card as someone who's like holding back a little bit. Sometimes, well, depends on the person or the collective that I'm reading for. But a lot of the times it looks like someone is like holding on for dear life for whatever old energy you've been in. It's a little bit of a fear to move forward to the next stage. I just see a person here. I see Pisces here being so eager. So eager. If you could just figure out how to get to the next platform, to the next energy field, if you will, and just step right through that portal, is like you would take it. And I think you just need to, I'm hearing the word patience again. It's interesting. Who had patience? So Aquarius had patience, but it was another, was that Virgo? That felt, I'm not going to swear by it, but I think it was Virgo that had sort of a little bit of an impatient feel, that they were a little bit impatient. Anyway, I'm not gonna swear on that. So I just know there was Aquarius, and it's you now, that I feel this patient, like you just need to be patient with this next step. And that has been a collective, that's been a thread through all the signs, that we just need to trust the process right now. Whatever's going on right in front of our eyes or in our lives, like we can't rush anything right now. We can't rush anything at all at any time, but particularly not now. And this is like, you just need to practice coming into this beautiful new vibrational state and practice staying there as much as you possibly can. And this sort of transformation, transcending movement of yourself, this 2.0 version of yourself, if you will, is just going to really organically take place all by itself. There's no, just connect with people you feel inspired by. Get help or get like guidance or whatever you need or want to go into if it really truly lifts your spirit. And I just feel like everything else can just wait or stay, or like, you know, because this is a beautiful, beautiful transformation that you're going through, Pisces, and you're doing it right under this is the Truth card, this is the Libra card, right under the Libran full moon. So it's happening as we speak. Okay? That's what I have for you, beautiful Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.